Welcome to the introduction and demo video of QINGCHENG SVLD1 valve leakage detector. SVLD1 is a handheld portable acoustic emission instrument exclusive for valve leakage detection. The detector processes and calculates certain sample length of acoustic signal to get three acoustic emission parameters: IMS, ASL, and power respectively, which can be the leakage reference values. In the meantime, by calibrating these AE parameters at certain known leakage rates, the detector can generate an acoustic emission parameters versus leakage rates calibration curve, so that it can give leakage reference rates during the tests. The detector is small size, easy to operate, and has a long battery life. It is portable for operators to carry around to valve leakage monitoring. This video will describe the detector functions, technical specs, operations, and calibrations in order for users to understand the usage of SVLD1 in a short time. Now we will introduce the interface of the SVLD1. This is the SVLD1 detector. The top screen is the display LCD screen. Underneath the screen is the keypad. The sensor connector port is on the top of the device. On the right side of the device, there's a USB connector port with a waterproof cover. Dig out the waterproof cover to connect the USB cable. One end of the waterproof cover is attached to the case so that it doesn't get lost. The high-speed USB interface outputs data which can be processed by software. There are two AA batteries in the back of the device for power supply. The normal battery life is more than 100 hours. Now let's introduce the keypad functions. Long press the power key for 2 seconds to turn on the device. During the turning on process, the device also executes self-inspection function. Long press the power key for 2 seconds in the test mode to turn off the device. Short press the power key to turn on and off the backlight. There are two modes of display functions. One is the test mode, and the other is the manual mode. Each key of the keypad is divided into two different functions. The functions on the top part of the keys are used to switch to different functions during the test mode. The bottom functions are used to choose different directions in the manual mode. After the device is turned on, it is in the test mode by default. The value on the top row of the screen is the selected valve number. There are maximum 200 types of valves can be set up, and each valve type can store maximum 8 calibration curves. The values on the second rows are filters, sample rate, and calibrated points. Take the screen as example. The filter is 20 kHz to 1 MHz. The sample rate is 2 MHz, and there is 1 calibrated point. On row 3, A1 means alarm level 1, and A2 means alarm level 2. The first row below the horizontal line is the measurement parameter, which can be IMS, ASL, or power. The value name is on the left, and the measured value is on the right. IMS is the root mean square of the acoustic signals in unit of microvolt. ASL means the average signal level of the signal amplitudes in unit of decibel. P means power in unit of picowatt. The last row, L, means the reference leakage rate based on the calibrated parameter values. The value on the right is the reference value in unit of microliter per minute. The upper right corner is the battery level. Now we will introduce the keypad functions in the test mode. In the test mode, press valve key to quickly switch among the store valves. Press filter key to switch to different filters sample rates for the current selected valve. Press test key to start measuring, and the result will be returned on the screen. Press parameter key to switch the current display parameters. Press FFT to process fast Fourier transfer analysis. Press back key to exit FFT and return to the main screen. Press save key to save the current test result. The data will be stored based on the valve number with a timestamp. Next, we will introduce the functions in manual mode. Press menu key to enter manual mode to view and modify the settings and calibration curves operations. There are 4 options in the manual mode: valve, calibration, save, and set respectively. Press arrow up or down key to move the cursor. Once the cursor is on the selected option, press enter to enter the submenu. Press back key to exit the current menu and return to the upper menu level, or back to the test mode. Enter the valve menu and select list option to check all the valves stored in the device. Besides the list option, it also has option to add new valves, copy from the existing valves, and delete the stored valves. In the calibration menu, it first lists all the valves in the device. After selecting one valve, you can select its existing calibration curves to start calibration, add the new calibration curve, or delete the calibration curves. When adding the calibration curve is selected, it first needs to select the filter and sample rate of the curve. Then return to the calibration option to start calibration, which will be introduced shortly. There are up to 8 calibration curves allowed to set for each valve, which means 8 groups of sample rates and filters mix and match. In the Save menu, you can check the saved measure data and allowed data based on the valves and the memory space in the device. The Set menu includes basic settings, alarm settings, and factory settings. In the basic settings, there are some basic information to be checked and modified. Date and time settings will be stored with the measured data. Ketone and backlight can be turned on or off. Unit of the leakage reference level can be microliter per minute or liter per minute. Language is either Chinese or English. Power saving mode can be turned on or off. If enabled, the device power consumption can be lowered to extend the battery life. Auto off is to automatically turn off the device after no operation for the set number of minutes. hardware version, software version, log version, and the sequence number are system display, which are not allowed to be changed. If factory settings is selected, it will notice to reset to factory settings. After confirmation, all the data will be erased. In the alarm setting menu, it can set level 1 and level 2 alarm values. Alarm output can be turned on or off, and it can choose to output as buzzer or flinker. The alarm parameter is to choose which AE parameter or leakage value to be the alarm reference standard. SVLD1 detector connects with acoustic emission sensors that has preamplifier built-in. Please make sure the built-in preamp input voltage is 5 volt. We use QINGCHENG GI35/1 as the sample sensor for this demo. Connect the sensor to the SVLD1. If the users has calibration environments, they can calibrate the leakage rates of the specific valves using sensitive microflow meter. By calibrating the acoustic emission parameters under different leakage rates, the detector can generate a calibration curve which can be used as the reference leakage rate value. First, couple the sensor to the valve. Use the couplant in between the valve and the sensor and use tapes to tie the sensor in place. Press menu key and select calibration. Select the desired valve number, for example V001, and select Add. Press Enter. Now you need to choose the filter and sample rate of the calibration curve. Press Enter to get into the selection options. Move up or down of the curve to choose your desired range. Press Enter to confirm your selection. Press back key to exit the page. Go to Cal Curve to start calibration. Select your desired sample rate and filter. For example, we choose 1 kHz to 1 MHz filter at 2 MHz sample rate. Press Enter to get into the calibration page. Serial number is the current calibration point number. L means the reference leakage rate. Press Enter key to modify the value and press back key to exit the page. Move the cursor to RMS and press Test key to start testing. It returns and stores the current RMS, ASL, and P values as the calibration point values at reference leakage rate. After the first calibration point is done, move the curves back to the serial number. Press Enter and increase the number by 1 by pressing the up arrow key. Press Confirmed, and now it is at the second calibration curve point. Repeat the steps we mentioned before and get more calibration points. Press back key when you finish calibration point curve testing. Press back key to exit the calibration page. It is now ready to measure the valve leakage. Please note that there are maximum 8 calibration curves for each valve. The more calibrated points in the calibration curve, the more accurate of the reference leakage rate that it can generate. Measurement. Whether the device has done the valve leakage calibrations or not, it can measure the valve leakages. The difference is, without calibration, there are only acoustic emission parameter values and the leakage reference rate is always 0. After calibration, it can show both acoustic emission parameters and the corresponding leakage reference rate. Couple the sensor on the valves using coupling. Tie the sensor on the valve using the tapes for holding. Turn on SVLD1 and make sure it shows the test page. Select the valve by pressing the valve key and select the desired filter and sample rate by pressing the filter key.
Test.11.5，然后开一点点水。你可以看这个开一下水流的大小，然后再看这个109、108、109，这样就形成一个对比。然后我再小一点，这个水流，看这个水流大小。40多，30多，30多，40，会不会再把它全部关紧？都没有水，这里全部关紧，就还是回到原来的11点几 ，OK。
When the device finishes measuring, it returns the values. Press parameter key to switch the current parameters. The device can process the current test result for FFT analysis. In the test mode, press FFT key to enter FFT page. The maximum of the y-axis is based on the maximum values of the spectrum. The two values on the x-axis are the two frequency boundaries. The values in the middle bottom is the peak frequency. Please note that the FFT results are only for display, not for storing. For more detailed SVLD1 instructions, please check the SVLD1 User's Manual. You can also go to our website www.en.ae-ndt.com for more information and other AE instruments. If you have any questions or interests, please don't hesitate to contact us. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.